Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into some really interesting data about the business value of AI.
Yeah, how companies are actually measuring return on their AI investments, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've got two great sources for this deep dive.
We do. A recent study by IDC, which was commissioned by Microsoft.
Okay.
And there's a blog post that goes along with that by Alyssa Taylor.
Hey,
She's Microsoft's Chief Marketing Officer for Commercial Cloud and AI.
okay.
Yeah.
So both of these sources are giving us a lot of insights into how AI adoption is evolving and how it's impacting, the bottom line for businesses. One of the most striking things they both highlight is just the sheer scale of AI adoption that's happening right now.
Right. Like it's huge.
Yeah.
The IDC study found that 75% of organizations will be using AI in 2024.
Wow.
Which is a big jump from 55% in 2023.
Okay.
And Alyssa Taylor's blog post mentions that 71% of the companies that they surveyed are already using AI tools.
That seems like it's really becoming mainstream.
Absolutely. Like it's not a question of if companies are going to adopt AI anymore, but how.
Right. And what kind of results they can expect to see.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is that the focus is shifting. It used to be just about using AI for productivity gains, but now companies are looking at it to drive revenue growth.
Yeah, I see that in the IDC study where, employee productivity is still important.
Right.
But the top two outcomes that companies want from AI include top-line growth as well.
Totally. And I think that shows a more mature understanding of what AI can do.
Yeah.
It's not just about doing things faster or cheaper. It's about changing how businesses create value,
Absolutely.
Alyssa Taylor in her blog post gives some real world examples.
Okay.
She talks about using AI to personalize those customer interactions,
Yeah.
optimizing marketing campaigns or even streamlining some of those really complex manufacturing processes.
So those are all areas where AI is directly contributing to revenue, to actual growth.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's not just a back office thing anymore. It's
Right.
core to business strategy.
Yeah. It really seems like it's driving innovation.
Absolutely. And you can see that shift in how companies are measuring the return on investment from AI,
Yeah.
IDC found that the average ROI is 3.7 times for every dollar invested in AI. And for the companies that are leading the way with AI, that jumps to 10.3 times.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I saw in Alyssa Taylor's blog post that they saw a similar number.
Right. 3.5 times return on investment.
But they both do point out that those ROI calculations are often based on, self-reported estimates.
Right. So there's, some subjectivity there.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that you see that consistency across different sources means that there's a real financial benefit to using AI.
So it seems like the potential is there, but why aren't we seeing even faster, more widespread adoption? What are the roadblocks?
Well, both of the sources say it's the skills gap. That's a big challenge.
Yeah.
IDC found that 45% of organizations say that the lack of skilled employees is their biggest obstacle. And Alyssa Taylor talks about that too.
Okay.
She really emphasizes upskilling and training to try to address that gap.
It's interesting, though, because even though it's still a big factor, IDC did say it's actually down slightly from 52% in 2023.
Right. So we are seeing some progress.
Yeah, but still a long way to go.
Yeah, and it's not just about having people who can code or build AI algorithms.
Right.
It's about having people who understand how to actually use AI strategically in a business.
That makes sense. So you could have all the technical expertise,
Right.
but if you don't know how to solve the right business problems with AI or how to integrate AI into the way you already work,
Exactly.
you're not going to see those great results.
You won't see the ROI.
Right.
It's not just about the tech, it's about the business value.
So it sounds like bridging that skills gap is essential.
It's key. And it's not just a challenge for individual companies either.
Right.
Industry leaders, educational institutions, policymakers, everyone needs to be involved to build up that AI talent pipeline.
So let's talk about Microsoft specifically.
Yeah.
Alyssa Taylor's blog post gives us some insights into what they're doing in the AI space.
Right. Microsoft, they're a major player, so their views are important.
Yeah, and they're putting their money where their mouth is too.
Oh, okay.
They're making big investments in skilling programs and different partnerships.
So they're trying to build that workforce of the future.
Yeah, exactly. And they want to make AI more accessible.
Okay, make it easier to use.
Yeah, for all businesses.
Got it.
Alyssa Taylor really stresses, though, that we need to develop and use AI responsibly.
Okay, so ethical guidelines and frameworks.
Right. Making sure AI is used in a way that benefits everybody.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially as it gets more sophisticated, more common.
It could have a big impact on jobs, on privacy.
Even social equity. We need to make sure it aligns with our values. Right? Absolutely. It's not just about the tech, it's about the choices we make.
One thing that I thought was interesting from the IDC study, they said 38% of organizations plan to actually make money from AI.
Oh, within the next 24 months, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
What do you think that tells us?
It's a shift. Companies aren't just seeing AI as a tool to improve things internally.
Right.
They're thinking about new products, new services they could sell, things based on AI.
So AI could actually be a source of profit.
Exactly, not just a cost.
Like AI is moving from behind the scenes to center stage.
Exactly.
So we'll need different kinds of AI professionals, people who can bring it to market.
Yeah, not just build it. Both sources talk about how important it is to have a strong data foundation for AI to work.
Right. The data is what makes it work.
It's like the fuel.
Yeah. If the data is not good, not cleaned, labeled properly,
It's not going to work well.
Right.
The IDC study, actually 36% of organizations said the biggest challenge is the quality of data.
That makes sense, though.
Even the best algorithm.
It's only as good as the data.
Garbage in, garbage out, right?
Exactly.
So companies have to invest in their data infrastructure.
If they want to see that return. Both sources also talk about the need for more collaboration.
Yeah, sharing knowledge about AI.
Like between departments, breaking down those silos.
Exactly. IDC found only 35% of organizations have a way to share AI knowledge internally.
So lots of companies are missing out.
Yeah, they could be learning from each other.
It's like everyone's trying to reinvent the wheel, right?
Totally. Wasting time and money.
And if only a few people know about AI.
It's not going to spread through the organization.
And that brings us to AI enablement, right?
Yes, that's what they call it.
So what is that exactly?
It's about a culture where everyone feels comfortable using AI,
Okay.
sharing what they've learned.
So it's more than just training.
Yeah, giving them the tools and support to really use AI.
Okay, so shift in mindset.
Absolutely. And it has to start at the top. Leaders have to encourage it.
Make it okay to experiment.
Yeah, and reward people who are trying new things with AI.
Alyssa Taylor also talks about the role of partnerships.
Yeah, working with other companies.
Tech providers, research institutions, even competitors.
Because nobody can do this alone, right?
Yeah, you need that AI ecosystem.
It's not about winning or losing.
Right.
It's about working together,
Using AI to solve big problems.
Exactly. So looking at these two sources, it's clear AI is changing business, and it's only going to get faster.
The takeaway is AI isn't the future anymore. It's now.
It's changing industries, changing how we work.
The question is, are we ready for it?
That's a great question. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back to explore that some more.
So are we ready to embrace all of this, the challenges and the opportunities that come with AI?
As we were going through all this data, it's clear there's some really impressive ROI.
Yeah.
We're seeing some amazing new ways to use AI, but it feels like we're just getting started.
Oh, totally. We're still in the early stages. What are the big questions then that businesses and even just people should be thinking about?
Well, how about this one? How's the definition of skilled worker going to change?
Right. Because it's not just about technical skills now, is it?
Nope. You need creativity, critical thinking, and you got to be able to adapt to working with AI.
And be comfortable with things changing all the time.
Yeah, constantly learning because AI is moving so fast.
Another big one is how to make sure AI is developed and used ethically.
Right. As it becomes more powerful, we have to think about its impact on society.
We need to talk about bias, fairness, transparency, accountability, make sure it benefits everyone.
And those conversations need to happen everywhere, in companies, in schools, in government.
We need everyone involved, right?
Absolutely. A multi-stakeholder approach, that's what they call it.
Here's another question. How will AI change the way we work altogether?
Will it help us do our jobs better, or will it replace some jobs?
That's the big debate, right?
Yeah, no easy answer.
But AI is definitely going to have a big impact on how we work and the skills we need.
It's already happening in some industries, and it's only going to spread.
So what can people do to get ready for this?
Become a lifelong learner. That's the key.
Be curious, adaptable, always willing to learn new things.
Yeah, because the only way to stay ahead is to embrace change.
And don't be afraid to try things out with AI.
See what it can do, how you can use it in your work, in your life.
What's really exciting is that this is all still so new.
Like we're just starting to explore what's possible.
The potential is huge.
Oh, yeah, in healthcare, education, climate change, the possibilities are endless.
And it's up to us to make sure AI is used to benefit everyone.
I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
So to wrap things up, let's give our listeners a call to action.
Okay.
Don't just watch this happen, get involved. Learn about AI, explore what it can do.
Use your knowledge and skills to make sure it's a force for good.
That's a great message to end on. Thanks for having me. This was a great discussion.
Thanks for joining us. And to everyone listening, keep exploring, keep innovating, keep diving deep into the world of AI.